tell me how you think sort of the funding of science world may have been changed by the last 3 or 4 months.
Yeah, I mean that's also a great question. I mean, uh, I'd say the most obvious thing is that we're having trouble doing what we said we do on an
Hmm.
on a per month or per year basis.
Sure.
And we have we're funded for research over an x amount of years. We're supposed to meet certain benchmarks.
Hmm.
With the pandemic, some of those benchmarks are going out the window. It's hard to meet those just because
Sure.
of the practicality of not being in the lab, not having access to patient samples, not having access to animals. Um, so that's been a real practical issue in
Hmm.
science in terms of just being able to, as it is, it's hard to move science forward. It's hard to do discovery research where where you're striving into new frontiers. There are mishaps that arise, but then to kind of throw in a whole nother thing on top of that, it's
Yep.
made the science hard.
So so tell me where you know how can foundations and people help move the science forward? I mean,
Foundations are, and yeah, I want to really thank you guys and other foundations who are supporting me and other young investigators like me. I mean, it's especially hard as a young investigator to get federal funding for your research at a time where you don't have that large research program set up. You don't have that large set of preliminary data or published literature with you
mhm,
as the clear scientific lead on that work to then apply for a large federal fund. And I think coronavirus has just made that harder. So foundations such as yourselves, you guys, have given resources at a critical time, helping us generate that data, helping us kind of move our careers forward and move the field forward, and then help us become eligible for some of these larger federal funding opportunities.
mhm.
And I think it's especially been important and instrumental during this pandemic. I mean, uh, you guys have been extremely understanding. You reached out, asked if there's anything you could do to help, wanted to, you express your understanding that, hey, I know that you propose these things. It may be a little bit harder to get it all done in time. And I appreciate that. And I think foundations just tend to be friendly and understanding, and nurturing. And that's something that we all appreciate during this type of time.
Well, our goal is to make sure that you are able to do the work um, that we think you can do, obviously.